guys, it's Brittany. In today's video, I am going to be talking about the shadow people. So many of you guys have messaged me asking me to talk about them and explain what they are, and so many of you have told me you've had an encounter with them, which is absolutely insane, but it's so interesting to me and fascinating to me. I absolutely love it. So let's get started. So a shadow person is also known as a black figure, a shadow being, or a black mass. Some people think that these shadow people are ghosts, and other people think that they are demons. And now there is a difference between the typical ghost and the typical demon. Well, I guess there's not a typical demon because they're all evil and they're all the same. But usually when people see a ghost, it's usually a white mist that they see. They'll be able to make out whether or not the ghost is a male or a female. They would be able to describe what the ghost is wearing. They can see their facial features. Basically, it's just like they're looking at a human, but maybe a bit more transparent or a little bit more blurry or something like that. And with shadow people, you can't make out their facial features. You can't tell if it's a male or a female. You can't see what they're wearing. They're just this big black shadow basically, but you can see the outline of them, which kind of resembles a human in some way. People who have encounters with the shadow people, they say a lot of them have said that these shadow people have these big, scary, demonic, evil-looking, red, piercing eyes, and they just stare at you, which that is so scary. So obviously these things are demonic. Come on, they have red eyes. They have to be demonic. They usually make their appearances to people at nighttime. They like to stand at the foot of your bed. They like to peek around doorways. They like to stand in doorways, closets. They come from under your bed. They like to be on walls and just stare at you and just do really creepy things. The researchers have said that they think these shadow people are very much interested in humans and the way we act, and they're basically kind of like studying us, and that's why they watch us, and that's why they stare at us, which then leads to people thinking that are these shadow people aliens. People who have an experience with a shadow person, they'll usually just wake up in the middle of the night and the shadow person would be standing at the foot of their bed, in their closet, or like, you know, by their door. They won't do anything. It's almost like they're waiting for you to acknowledge them until they kind of make their move on you. Because in encounters that I've read, they usually will see the shadow person just stares at them, and then when the shadow person realizes that the person who's looking at them acknowledges them and is, you know, like, oh my god, what is that? What are you? And that's kind of when they start moving towards you and they just act like freaks. But apparently if you scream, that's what makes them disappear. They'll like slide back under your bed, they'll just vanish, they'll melt away into your walls, they'll zip right up in the air, and then you won't see them again. There have been some encounters when people feel very threatened by the shadow people. The shadow people will be sitting on their beds, they'll be pressing down on the person, making the person feel like they're suffocating or they're gonna die basically, but they never do. The attack, I guess you could say, it ends before it gets worse, like fatal. So that's another thing that people have experienced as well. Something that I read that I found was very interesting about shadow people was that some people think that shadow people are actual humans like us who are in the middle of having an out-of-body experience, which I was like, what? Because I have heard before that when we sleep at night, our spirit will leave our body and will like fly over wherever we live, like a city, a town, whatever. We'll just like fly around, but we don't realize it because we're like asleep. And you know that feeling if you wake up kind of and you have that jolt in your body? That's apparently your spirit coming back into your body. Isn't that the weirdest thing? That happens to me all the time, and now when it happens I'm like, oh my god, was I just out of my body? Was I just flying around my neighborhood? I think that's kind of weird for a shadow person to be an actual person who's having an out-of-body experience. Because like, if you guys ever see a shadow person, what if that's just me being out of my body and now I'm standing at the foot of your bed? So guys, let me know your thoughts on these shadow people, and if you want me to talk about anything else, anything creepy, let me know in the comments below, because I'm going to be doing this a lot more. I really like talking about paranormal stuff. It's very interesting and fascinating and creepy, and it's just so much fun for me to chat with you guys about it. I love it. So if you want me to talk about anything else, just let me know in the comment section below, because I never even heard of shadow people until you mentioned it. So that was really cool. I think my next paranormal talking video is going to be about the Hat Man. I've been getting a lot of requests about him. I have a new video on Friday, which is the haunted statue of Nicolette. If you want to see the trailer to it that I made a couple weeks ago, I will post it somewhere in this video so you can see. I'm so excited about that video. I hope you guys will like it. All my links are in the down bar below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on Friday. Bye!